Ketamine Queen, enters a guilty plea to supplying Matthew Perry a lethal dose. The fifth and last defendant charged in Matthew Perry's overdose death to enter a guilty plea was a lady known as the Ketamine Queen, who admitted on Wednesday that she sold Perry the substance that killed him. Jasveen Sangha entered a guilty plea to 5 federal offenses, one of which was supplying the ketamine that killed Perry. Later this month, her trial was scheduled to begin. In the crowd were Perry's stepfather, Dateline reporter Keith Morrison, and his mother, Suzanne Perry. They were attending court hearings for the first time since the indictments were announced a year ago. When U.S. District Court Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett invited Sangha to enter a plea, she repeated the word guilty 5 times while standing in court alongside her lawyer, Mark Garagos, wearing tan jail attire on Wednesday. Prior to that, she evaded the judge's query about whether she knew the pills she was delivering to co-defendant and intermediary Eric Fleming were going to Perry by responding, "Yes, Your Honor," to dozens of procedural inquiries. "I couldn't tell for sure," she stated. In response to a similar query about the ketamine vials she supplied Fleming, she later stated, "I didn't know if all of them or some of them were headed for Perry." Her plea deal was unaffected by the remarks. Sangha, a 42-year-old American and British citizen, was portrayed by prosecutors as a prolific drug dealer, who was referred to by her clients as the Ketamine Queen, a moniker that was frequently used in court filings and public releases. Sangha entered a guilty plea to 3 charges of ketamine distribution, 1 count of ketamine distribution resulting in death, and 1 count of keeping a drug-involved premises, fulfilling an agreement she had reached on August 18. All of this makes her feel awful. For want of a better phrase, Garagos remarked outside the federal courthouse in downtown Los Angeles, "Nobody wants to be in the chain of causation." She feels awful, and she has felt awful from the beginning. Sangha acknowledged supplying heroin directly to Cody McClory, 33, who overdosed and died in 2019. Perry had nothing to do with McClory. 3 more counts were dropped by the prosecution. The agreement was struck after a robust back and forth with the government. Garagos, who has represented the Menendez brothers, Chris Brown and Michael Jackson, told the judge. A year after federal prosecutors revealed the indictments in Perry's death on October 28, 2023, following a thorough investigation, the final plea agreement was reached. Sangha's sentencing is set for December 10. She faces a maximum sentence of 65 years in jail. Because of the plea deal, the judge is not obligated to sentence her to a reduced time. Nonetheless, prosecutors stated that they will request a sentence that is less than the maximum. The co-defendants have not received any sentences. Although her co-defendants were released on bond, Sangha has been in detention for approximately a year.